Hey, this is Rich from richermoney.com, and today I'm going to show you what most investors screw up when picking a city to invest in and how you can do it right. Here are the two ways that most people screw up what city to invest in. The first is that they follow the herd. They do what everyone else is doing. They check for magazine articles and lists of the best cities to invest in and the best rental markets and the best real estate cities. Here's the problem with doing this. If you're following the herd, the money's already been made. These are the cities that have had massive growth over the last 2, 3, or 5 years. If you decide to invest there now, more than likely that boom is already behind you. It's a mistake that a lot of people make in stocks too, picking the ones that have been running for so long that run is probably over now. Don't do that. I'll show you a better way. The second thing that most people do when picking a city to invest in is they do the research themselves. Remember number one, following the herd, checking those lists of cities. Where's hot? What's everyone talking about? Well, number two, people are trying to do that themselves and it doesn't really work. You go online, you check for population growth, you check for job growth, you check unemployment rates. Do you really think you're going to find information that Wall Street or these hedge funds or these massive banks haven't found yet? The reality is, just like the stock market, all available information is out there and already priced into real estate. You are not going to goof around on Wikipedia and find some gem that no other investors found yet. These are the methods where you're just hoping that the past looks like the future, and it isn't always that simple. In reality, the biggest problem to picking a city to invest in that you don't live in is the fact that you're not there personally. That adds a lot of risk to the equation, and I'm going to show you how to mitigate that risk. The best way to pick a location to invest, something I call the hierarchy of boots on the ground. Basically, the best places to invest in order are 1, where you live now, 2, where you have a trusted confidant, 3, somewhere you've lived before, or 4, somewhere you plan on living in the future. And by the way, this is something that I actually created. I haven't heard this anywhere else, and I think it's golden for picking a place to invest. The best place to invest, according to this hierarchy, is where you live now. Now, of course, for most people, that's not going to work, and you're probably watching this video because you can't invest where you live now. It's too expensive. We won't waste time on that. The second best place is where you have a trusted confidant. That trusted confidant can be a family member or friend. Now, notice I said trusted confidant. This is important. You can't just say that your mom or your brother would be great, because some people don't have moms or brothers that are trusted confidants. If they're kind of flaky, if they kind of like don't get things done, if they just seem to always be screwing things up, that is not what a trusted confidant is. Now, what's so great about having a trusted confidant in the city you want to invest in? Well, the biggest risks you have in real estate is not being there yourself. And so when you do things like have a large rehab that needs to be overseen, or turn over a property, or something goofy is going on at your house and you really need eyes and ears to go over there and take a look for you. This is where a trusted confidant comes in. They probably also understand the neighborhoods. They could make some connections for you. They can vet contractors. They can vet tenants. There's a lot of things they can do. If you're gonna invest long distance, out of city or out of state, or in my case, even out of country, having a trusted confidant on the ground takes a large amount of the risk away. If you don't have a trusted confidant in a city that would be good for investing, then go to number 3 on my list, and that is a city that you've lived in before. Now, for me in the military, that's quite a few cities. If you've lived there before, your risk factor is a lot lower because you understand the area. You probably have some connections there. You can make new connections. You've got a sense of the city already. It's sort of second best to having a trusted confidant there. And probably over time, you can develop a trusted confidant in that city that you used to live in. There might be some people that are pretty solid, but you couldn't quite call them a trusted confidant yet. So I really like places you've lived before as a city to pick for investing. Now, maybe you're frustrated. The city where you have trusted confidants, not great for investing. Even the places you've lived before, still not great. Number 4 on my list is a city that you plan on living in the future. A place that you're going to retire is a really good one. Or maybe you're just planning on living there. Why this works is because it makes sense for you to travel there once in a while. It also makes sense for you to invest there because you're going to end up living there someday. You wouldn't mind traveling there once in a while because it's a place that you plan on living or want to live in the future. And this can be great. So a place that you're going to live someday, maybe the place you're planning to retire, can be a great location to invest in real estate long distance. So this hierarchy of boots on the ground, it's all about mitigating the risk by being high enough on our list. And by mitigating that risk, the problems with long distance real estate investing can widely be taken care of. I have not heard this hierarchy taught anywhere, and I think it is the key to long distance real estate. So I guess I'm gonna credit it to myself. Rich from Rich on Money. Based on what we talked about, I'd like to know what number on my hierarchy and what city might work for you. Put that in the comments for me. For me, it ended up being Montgomery, Alabama. This is Rich from Rich on Money. Check out some of my other videos. Subscribe, like, comment. Love you all. Peace out.